G'day everyone, Gavin Lance Top here. I'm here with Michael from Canberra. He's just gone through our 12-month Man Alive experience, and I want to get to his mission. But first of all, mate, can you welcome and can you tell everyone, I suppose, what was life like, a year ago, even 2 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Thanks for your time today. So pretty much the biggest thing with me was losing my old man, when I was 22 years old. So for the last decade or so, I was struggling quite a bit, a bit lost, a bit frustrated. And leading into the Man Alive experience, that was no different. It was sort of like I had that vision, I had that dream, that we always like to instill, but it just like, how do I go forward, and having lost that father mentor in my life, it just made things a bit difficult, because that was definitely my North Star. I always would check in with him, and if he said he was proud, then I know I was on the right way. But unfortunately, when the time came for me to step up on my own 2 feet, albeit without anyone's sort of readiness for it, but yeah, I was really lacking in that, and didn't do anything silly, but still really lost, and it was frustrating me quite a bit. And then I joined the Man Alive, and here we are today.
And I suppose, your story is probably, it's not uncommon. And even men who maybe have physical fathers, but they don't have anyone to talk to, anyone to say, hey, listen, man, I believe in you. So, your story is it's not unique, mate. There's a lot of men in similar positions, but you took action. You stepped up, which is what probably what actually makes you different from others. And mate, you took action. You made a commitment to do this Man Alive experience, this 12-month program. Because I remember talking to you like before you even started. You knew what your mission was. You just wanted to get the rubber to hit the road. So, mate, tell us what has happened this last 12 months.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I did have a passion for coaching, and to do something similar to what you're doing. And I dabbled every now and then, but over the last 12 months, I've successfully completed my master's in not only life coaching but neurolinguistic programming as well. So and definitely got some experience there. I did a lot of pro bono work to help some people around me as well. So good experience and a positive impact in that way as well, just to show me that what I'm doing does matter. You know what I mean? And it is something needed. So I definitely smashed that out. Become more positive on the vision, because, from the outside looking in, this is a very saturated market, or you would think so. And I just wanted to sort of separate myself. And I've had a clearer vision than I ever have on the way to build my business and going forward. Still a work in progress, but definitely I'm miles away from where I was 12 months ago. Not just academically, but personally as well, in regards to what I'm looking to achieve and what I'm looking to do, and work with those who need it, because my biggest thing is losing that mentor in my father when I was like rather young. And now I want to be not so much a replacement, but to give that support to people that I wish I had back then. And had I met you 10 years ago, maybe things would be a bit different today as well. But it's just being clearer on that and having a sense of identity behind it.
Yeah. And I suppose, mate, I'm not telling you that you don't know, but for our listeners, can we give this bloke some encouragement, because he's showed a tremendous amount of courage, putting himself out there, going for even doing this StreamYard today. But mate, quite often, our biggest pain can be our biggest strength if we handle it correctly, and which you have, mate. You've stepped up. I've actually seen some of the testimonies of people that you've helped, that you've supported, young ladies. I mean, everybody needs you, mate. You're awesome. but can
I appreciate that.
Maybe what's some highlights going through this Man Alive experience, and basically, because I mean, for people who don't know, the Man Alive experience is something like, I believe every man has a purpose, has a mission, but not every man goes after it. Not like Michael anyway. So, mate, what's been some highlights going after your mission?
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much like listening to what you've had to say, and with the accountability groups as well, which I think is a big thing in this, and that sense of community behind what we're trying to achieve. Because even though we're trying to go chase different things, we all have that common sort of vision in regard to wanting to be our best selves. And it's funny because you probably may not remember saying it, but I remember you were talking about how you don't dictate your alarm clock. The alarm clock doesn't dictate you; you dictate it. And I think that's something that I want to do. Sort of be on my own terms, as every man, woman, and would want to be. And through going through the modules, through the calls, all of it's just been able to build the foundation. And through having to, you explain a lot of changing your paradigm, I definitely see the importance on that, and how the thoughts are the biggest thing that we need to work on, because even though they're the one thing we have the most control over, but sometimes it's hard to get your head around that, and it's been like a hard 12 months, you know what I mean, but a rewarding one, because I've definitely had to sort of seek and really question myself and what I'm looking to do, and from there, it's just being introduced to the likes of Lloyd Ross as well, to sort of help in different areas, because you provide a lot of connections in this group, and the men I've met along the way as well, nothing but inspiring, to say the least. So nothing but a lot of love and respect for them, and being able to support them on their journey as well. It's all been very important and very gratifying to sort of get the help, but also help others as well.
Yeah, and I can't help it. Yeah, you mentioned Lloyd Ross. He's known as the money man. He's got a couple of great books out. Money Grows on Trees, etc. But it made me think about when you first started, this 12-month journey. How I remember you said, "Oh, I'm a bit tired at the moment. Can I go on a payment plan, etc." And what you thought was going to take you that long to pay off only took you that long. You really stepped up, and I think it's just a testimony for you investing in yourself, that you are the most important product that you've got, the most important investment that you could make. And of course, you smashed it, mate. You blew the payment plan out of the water. I mean, what would you say the importance of people investing in themselves? What do you see? Because you've done it.
Yeah, I think as I say, it's not a question of resources; it's just a question of being resourceful. And I think once you sort of make that commitment to yourself, I think it's very difficult for a lot of people, and myself included, to go, oh, it's a lot of money, but why am I not worth that? I think if you come about it in a different way, to ask you the right questions, I think you find a way to make it work. And to be fair, the inner work that I've done with my sort of regular day job did lead towards more financial reward on that end as well. But I think once you sort of push yourself in that regard, you make it work, and you find yourself in a better position as a result, because you've got no other option but to make it work.
Yeah. And I think, mate, what you said, and how your income increased, etc., but you become more valuable. So of course, when you become more valuable to the world, man, the world gives you back more. So, mate, credit to you. And I mean, mate, tell us a little bit more about your mission, and now how it's gone from a mission to actually a business. Mate, how is that going? What's on the horizon?
Nothing but big things, That's definitely it. I think with myself, it's just sort of putting the name out there, building my coaching brand, but also to not be an over the top sort of character, be more grounded, and be, like you said before, be a product of the product. I see that the work that you've done, and I definitely want to sort of build something in the same way, be it in a different vehicle. So I definitely want to. Yes, my way, and that's the biggest thing. So I think a lot of us, especially men, have a lot of pressure on our shoulders to do something, to be someone. And the biggest thing that I think is not taught in things like schools and stuff like that is that you do have that power to sort of create your own way. There's no manual for life, even though some people might say so. But I think with mentors like yourself, sort of going and asking us the right questions, and sort of having us sort of think about things in a more constructive way to sort of create our own path. I think that's definitely something that I want to help others do as well. Because and doing it in a way that I've picked up on, like definitely love a few quotes you put out there and things like that. But yeah, it's definitely just sort of building like a mini sort of sprint coaching programs to sort of help people, because we don't really need to be told, because if we did, we could just read a biography and know all the secrets, but it's not that simple. So I think it's just more of the factor of just putting ourselves out there and just going, okay, what do I want? Okay, let's see how we do it. But I think the first step is defining your mission, which is what you've helped me with and what I want to help other people with as well. Because once that's clear, the work will sort itself out.
Yeah, yeah. And I suppose, mate, like you've heard me say, and I'll say this to all the listeners, I don't believe we need, as men, as people, we do not need more rules, no more regulations. We've got enough of them. But what we do need is men to have the courage to follow their heart. That makes them come alive. And when we do that, like you are doing it, mate, you just impact the people around you, mate. I don't know, mate, if you've been told this today, mate, but I'm proud of you. You're awesome, mate. You've stepped up to the plate. You're following through. People around you benefiting, mate. That's a man alive as far as I'm concerned, mate. And what makes me, mate, love you even more is now you want to do that for others. Imagine if everyone was like you, man, and started thinking about how can I help others. Man, we could change the world in about 3 years, I reckon.
I appreciate that, and then that's the thing, and being in the group with the other men who share that passion as well is definitely been a big step up. So I appreciate the kind words, and if I get told in the same breath as you, mate, I know I've lived a life well lived.
No. Thank you, mate. Awesome. You go way past me, mate. Come on. Well, hey, can everyone, encourage Michael, leave a comment, share this, tag somebody in this that you know could do with some inspiration, who's like Michael, maybe got a dream, but not knowing how to really, or, for whatever reason, it's not happening, be like this guy and make it happen. So, last words, mate, what would you like to say?
Guys, if you're thinking about joining the Men Lab experience, just do it. You'll work it out the way I did, the way many other men have as well. Gav's definitely been, that mentor figure that I've been wanting for such a long time. And this isn't just saying it for the fun of it. This is definitely honesty here. So it's definitely been a wild ride, and I will definitely respect the friendship that we've got, Gavin, and I think we'll be, great mates for time to come.
Oh yeah, mate, absolutely. All right, thanks everyone. Over and out.
See ya.